Coming to you from the Deep South, this is the Blue Collar Leadership Podcast. High-impact leadership is not reserved for leaders, and it has nothing to do with your position, title, or rank. However, it does have everything to do with your character. It's time to climb to the next level and beyond, personally and professionally. Now, let's start making it happen with your host, Mac Story.
We build and defend not for our generations alone. We defend the foundations laid by our fathers. We build a life for generations yet unborn. We defend and we build a way of life, not for America alone, but for all mankind. Franklin D. Roosevelt. So welcome to the Blue Collar Leadership Podcast today, as we wrap up this 11-part series on my book, 10 Foundational Elements of Intentional Transformation, How to Become Your Best Self. I hope you've really enjoyed the series. Hope it's got you thinking. I'm not here to try to tell you how to be. I'm here to provoke thought, and you decide how you need to be. You decide what needs to change. So a quick recap, and we got to go through all of the previous 9 layers this time. But again, remember, we're building this transformational 10-layered pyramid on the earth, and the earth, our soil, our land, whatever you want to call it. We consider that our values. That's the true foundation upon which we're going to build. But we begin with thought, and thought is the first layer, and it's the foundation of choice. Thought plus emotion plus action equals choice. Choice, then, is the second layer. And one of the choices that we're going to make, if we're truly going to transform ourselves, is to choose a vision for our future. So that second layer of choice is the foundation of vision. The third layer of vision, now with that vision is going to create hope. It's going to give us hope. Hope that we actually can attain what we're doing. We don't need to know if we can do it. We simply need to know, is it possible? That vision we have for ourselves, is it possible? So vision becomes a foundation of hope. Hope is level 4, layer 4 of this 10-layered foundation of transformation. Hope at level 4 is the foundation of sacrifice. When we truly have hope, we're going to be willing to sacrifice and pay the price and give up to actually strive and move forward toward our vision. So sacrifice is the 5th layer, the 5th foundational component. Sacrifice becomes the foundation of discipline. Now that I'm making my sacrifices to achieve my vision, sacrifice alone is not enough. I got to give up to go up, but giving up is half the equation. Going up requires discipline. So sacrifice becomes the foundation of discipline. We make the sacrifice, and now we got to develop the discipline. So discipline is the 6th layer of this foundation. Discipline is the foundation of growth. When we actually have discipline, when we give ourselves a command and we follow through, we actually begin growing. And again, remember, this is all rooted back into our vision. So discipline is the foundation of growth. Growth is the 7th layer. And growth is the foundation of change, positive change, relative again to our vision. That's the key piece. So change is level 8, layer 8 in this foundation. Change is the foundation of success. Positive change, relative back to the vision, becomes how we actually achieve success. And we talked about success last time. Success is level 9 out of 10. Success is the foundation of significance. And I asked you last time at the end of the episode 9, part 10 of this 11-part series, where we were focused on level 9, layer 9. I asked you at the end of that last episode, Are you going to settle for success? And I hope you're not. Because today we're going to talk about, the point of the pyramid, the top piece, which is significance. And significance is the foundation of legacy. So we kind of talk about values being the earth that we're going to build this 10-layered pyramid of transformation on. We're going to build all of this on top of our values. And then the top layer is significance, which is the foundation of legacy. And what I'm really saying there is legacy is kind of going to be the sky. So our values down are the ground we're building on, and then our legacy is kind of the sky up above, if you want to create this mental picture. But I don't mean a legacy you leave somebody. I don't mean you leave them, $1 million in the bank. That ain't the kind of legacy I'm talking about. I'm talking about not what you leave for someone, but what you leave in someone. That's something completely different. And that's significance. That's what I'm here to talk to you about today as we wrap up this series. So success is about getting results. Significance is about helping others get results. Higher level. Significance is a higher level of living than success. So I want to share with you, when I wrote this book and I talked about significance here at this level, one of my books is called 10 Values of High Impact Leaders. And actually the 10th value in that book is the value of significance. And I actually asked that question there as a subtitle of that chapter. Are you going to settle for success? And I talk about significance is a choice that only successful people can make. But as I start out, I'm going to share a little bit from that chapter in 10 Values of High Impact Leaders, because it fits right here. And a little bit of what's in the 10 foundational elements of intentional transformation. Some of that content I took from the 10 Values book because I had written it first, but not all of it. And there's some new stuff, but there's also some stuff missing, right? So I'm going to share a little bit with you from 10 Values of High Impact Leaders to just kind of make this point right here. I seen a little exercise, or basically I should say I heard a little exercise like this while listening to the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, the book written by Dr. Stephen R. Covey. And I kind of took what I heard there and put it right here at the start of this chapter in 10 Values of High Impact Leaders, the value of significance. But so let's get started with it right here. So assume you're attending your own funeral. Yep. Right now, wherever you're at, especially if you're driving your car, you headed to your own funeral. So you arrive there, you pull in, you headed to the church, if that's where you're going to be, wherever you're going to be. Let's say you're in the church. You walk into the church, you're attending your own funeral. You walk in, you're laying up in the casket at the front. Your time here on earth is over. When you look around, who will you see? Friends, family, neighbors, co-workers, leaders, followers, strangers. When I think about that, who I used to be before I started my intentional growth journey, I wouldn't have seen many people at my funeral. Maybe a couple of friends, a couple of family members, potentially a couple of co-workers. That's about it. There wouldn't have been many people who even cared. There would have probably been a lot of people who would have been glad that I was no longer here to cause them grief. But I'm better now. And that's what this book is about, helping you get better. Another question. How many will you see at your funeral? 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, 1,000, more? There wouldn't have been many at my funeral. Not the way I used to be. Today, completely different. There'd probably be leaders there. There'd be followers there. There'd be people I've never met probably would be there. So what are they saying as you walk past these people at your funeral? What are they saying? What are they talking about? Nothing? I mean, relative to you, not just in general. What are they saying about you? Are they saying nothing about you? Are they saying bad things about you? Are they saying good things about you? Great things? Amazing things? It'll depend on how you live your life, what they're saying. Depending on how you treated them. Another question. How are they feeling about your death at your funeral? Are they feeling joyful, regretful, shameful, hopeful, grateful, thankful? Again, it depends. Who were you? How are you living your life? What impact on other people had you made, positive, negative? One last question relative to you attending your own funeral. What do they think of when they think of you, these people? If you could walk up and ask the people attending your funeral what they're thinking about when they think of you, what would they say? What would their answers be like? Would they see you as helpful, hurtful, strong, weak, happy, sad, mad, honest, dishonest, responsible, irresponsible, with your head up or your head down? Would they think of you as a shiner or a whiner? A lot of the things we've been talking about. So if you really kind of do that little exercise in your mind, maybe think about who you used to be, who you are today, maybe who you want to become. The answer to those questions would change. But when you die, they're going to be what they're going to be based on who you are. Not who you wanted to be. They're going to be based on who you are. Not going to be based on who you were 10 years ago, 20 years ago. They're going to be based on who you are. So if you don't like the answers you got for yourself, you better get busy. You ain't guaranteed another day. You may be here another 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, who knows? But you ain't guaranteed another day. So we're talking about significance. Remember, significance is about others, not about ourselves. You know, what difference have you made in the lives of others? Do you care? What difference do you make in the lives of others? Do you know? What difference can you make in the lives of others? Do you dream? Just a few questions for you to think about as we kind of get started here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share some more out of the 10 Values book that's related to significance. And then I'm going to share some stuff that's actually in the transformational book. But you can get value out of it either way. But if you actually buy the book, you're not going to get everything I'm sharing right here with you, because some of it's in the 10 Values of High Impact Leaders book. Some of it's in the 10 Foundational Elements of Intentional Transformation book. So what I'm going to share with you is the 5 signs you've reached success, and then also 5 signs you've reached significance. Or you could see it as 5 signs you're truly successful and 5 signs you're truly significant. Either way, whichever way you want to look at it. So I'm going to kind of compare and contrast. So I'm going to tell you, what it looks like to be successful, but then I'm going to give you a higher level view of what that looks like relative to significance. So we're going to go through 5 different levels, but we're going to do one, then the other, one, then the other. So one of the signs that you're truly successful, you're educated. You may or may not have a degree or 2 or more. Regardless of your formal education, you have a PhD in results. That's the one that matters right there. The one on the wall, the one in the frame, wherever you got a degree or a certificate, that doesn't matter. The one that matters is a PhD in results. And I'm talking truly successful. In the real world, this is all that matters. The piece of paper some have paid for with money and time is important. However, anyone can get a degree if they're willing to do the time and pay the price. Really not that hard. But you still don't have any results except for a degree. A degree don't feed you very well. You got to go get some results based on top of that. What you can actually do with your education is most important. You can't buy your results. You must earn them. So relative to education, that's what it means to be truly successful. So now let's kind of look at on that same topic. What's it mean to be truly significant? This is what it means. You can never learn enough. You're not focused on formal education. There is no graduation date. You're focused on a lifetime of learning and growing. You're not concerned with the generalized knowledge the masses of people possess. You know your passion and have found your purpose. And as a result, you are laser focused on developing highly specialized knowledge in your area of giftedness. Continuous growth, growth oriented. You never stop growing. That's what significance looks like relative to what I shared a moment ago about success. And remember, what I'm sharing about success is not bad. That's actually outstanding. A lot of people are never going to be truly successful, as I'm sharing with you. But I'm here to tell you, I hope you're not going to settle, or here to ask you, I hope you're not going to settle for success. Are you going to settle for success? Or are you going to choose to live a life of significance? So let's go back to another sign of someone who is truly successful. So the second layer we're going to talk about here, you've climbed the ladder of success. You're concerned with your own success. You've worked hard and put in the time. You've worked your way from the bottom to the top. You have arrived. You have more authority than most. You have more perks than most. You get paid more than most. You may even have a better parking spot than most. So that's some success talk. You've climbed the ladder. Let's look at that relative to significance. The higher level. You help others climb the ladder. If you're truly significant, you help others climb the ladder. Your concern has moved beyond your own success. You're now focused on the success of others because you're a lifetime learner with specialized knowledge. You are uniquely positioned to help others who value what you value. Climb more efficiently and effectively up the ladder of success. You're rare. Instead of selfishly hoarding knowledge for your own success, you share it intentionally with others to help them be successful. It's what I'm doing right here. And I'm trying to model this stuff for you guys. I'm not just talking about it and teaching it, telling you this is what you need to go do. Think about the first one, significance. You can never learn enough. I talked about that. That's why I read every day. I grow every day. I watch videos, audios. I'm honing in. I'm focused on being significant. Right here, I'm helping you climb the ladder. What I did, making hundreds of thousands of dollars consulting on lean manufacturing, you may not see that as success. You may be far beyond me. Or you may see that as very successful. Either way, doesn't matter. I saw it as success. That's all that really matters in my life is I saw it as success. But I give it up to help others hopefully get that kind of success or far beyond that kind of success. I want to help others climb the ladder. Let's go back and look at another sign that you're truly successful. So you're wealthy. If you're truly successful, you're wealthy. Your success can be quantified in dollars. You have the lifestyle to prove you've made some things happen. You have a big bank account. You have a fat retirement fund. You are living the life many can only dream about. You've got the fancy house, the fancy car, the fancy watch, the fancy, you fill in the blank, whatever that means to you. But you're wealthy. You're truly successful. You're wealthy. Now let's move back over to another sign that you've reached significance relative to that same topic. You help others become wealthy. So success is about you becoming wealthy. Significance is about you helping others become wealthy. Not only do you help others climb the ladder of success, but you also help them become more valuable. That's where true wealth comes from. You teach them this secret. If you want to be a success, don't focus on becoming successful. Focus on becoming more valuable. That's what I've been sharing with you. It's what I'm trying to do for you. I want to help you become more wealthy. I don't need none of it. You go get it. You make it happen. You know, true wealth, if you're truly significant, if you're significant in the life of others, you know true wealth does not mean having money. True wealth is having the ability to produce wealth. And if wealth to you is money, true wealth is having the ability to produce it. Whatever wealth means to other people, that's what I'm trying to help people do. Become wealthy from their frame of reference, not mine. Let's switch back to the fourth thing we're going to talk about relative to the fourth sign you are truly successful. You're comfortable. You're comfortable. You're happy with what you have. Why wouldn't you be? You have a lot, and you want to keep it that way. You're very comfortable and want to remain comfortable. Your goal is to maintain the status quo and coast on out the door of life. You've got what you've always wanted. You got it made. You have paid the price for success. You're comfortable. That's a true sign of being highly successful. You're comfortable in life in general. So now let's move over and look back at significance. This fourth sign that you've truly reached significance. You seek growth. Remember, successful, you are comfortable. Significance, you seek growth. Because you know real growth is a result of personal growth. You apply the 80-20 rule in this area. You spend 80% of your time working on areas of weakness relative to your character. You spend the other 20% of your time working on areas of strength relative to your competency. Nonstop, growth-oriented, right? You know, research studies have shown 87% of your results come from character and only 13% from competency. You know all of your growth happens outside your comfort zone. So when you're successful and comfortable, you're not growing. Significance is about never-ending growth. All right, let's look at this final and last component that I talk about here. Relative to being truly successful. Successful people are excited about retirement. So if you're truly successful, you're excited about retirement. You can't wait for the day to come when you can walk away from all of your professional responsibilities forever. You track the days and count the dollars, waiting for the exact moment when you can say those famous words, "Take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more." You just can't wait to retire, go spend your money, go live your life, go do your traveling, all to yourself. It's all about you the rest of your life, having a good time. Nothing wrong with that, but that's success. That's not significance. So what significance look like at that level? The fifth sign, you've truly reached significance. You never want to retire. You never want to retire. What I'm doing right now, I don't ever want it to stop. I worry about when am I not going to be able to do it, not when can I stop doing it. You never want to retire if you're truly significant. Because of your endless personal growth and highly developed specialized knowledge, you no longer have a career. I don't have a career. I have a calling. So you found your calling, what you were put on this earth to do. You're in the zone and can no longer distinguish between work and play. It's all the same. You love what you do and you look forward to doing it. Not just for now, but forever. For the rest of your life. The thought of retiring doesn't cross your mind. Instead of wondering when you can retire, you wonder how long you can keep going. And that may be hard for you to imagine these things I just talked about relative to significance. It may be hard for you to imagine the things I talked about relative to success. But again, significance is even a higher level. But this entire book, this series, is to help you get to this level of significance, if you want to. Will it be easy? Absolutely not. It's going to be hard. But it'll get easier the further you go, the further along you are. So when you choose a life of significance, you've chosen to live life at a higher level. And you know this, who you are matters. And it matters to you. I'll share a quote with you from William H. Danforth. He says, I dare you, whoever you are, share with others the fruits of your daring. Catch a passion for helping others, and a richer life will come back to you. He's talking about significance. And remember, significance is not about you, but it starts with you. So who you are on the inside is what others experience on the outside. I'm sharing a little quote with you from John Wooden. He says, talent is God-given. Be humble. Fame is man-given. Be grateful. Conceit is self-given. Be careful. That's a powerful little quote from Mr. John Wooden right there. So when you choose a life of significance, your life is no longer just about you and what you've accomplished. Significance is far bigger than any one individual. Significance is about touching the lives of others in a way that allows what you leave in them to flow into others. When you achieve significance, your influence is magnified by others and multiplied through others. Significance will never be about you, but significance will always start with you. I'm going to share another quote with you from John Luther. He says, good character is more to be praised than outstanding talent. Most talents are, to some extent, a gift. Good character, by contrast, is not given to us. We have to build it piece by piece by thought, choice, courage, and determination. This is powerful stuff. It's all about character. George Washington Carver said this, when you do the common things in life in an uncommon way, you will command the attention of the world. So to experience true transformation, you must be willing to transform your character. There's no other way to make it happen. I had endless character struggles in my 20s, in my 30s, started to figure out in my 40s, but I share a lot about those 20s and 30s in my Defining Influence book, if you want to go dive into that. But I seemed to struggle endlessly during those years, and trying to become successful at work and become more effective at home with my family. But I grew my way through it all and made many changes along the way. However, I never truly transformed. I kept many of my bad habits and continued to make poor choices. I remained the same on the inside as I tried to achieve different results on the outside. There was a constant internal battle taking place. And in spite of all my character flaws, I was able to achieve success and was earning hundreds of thousands of dollars each year in my consulting business there in my 40s. And in my mind, I achieved success. But I hadn't considered significance. I didn't even know what that meant. So our choices serve as the ink we use to write our life story. You can change without transforming, but you can't transform without changing. Who do you want to be? Where do you want to be? Have you decided to make some changes? Will you transform yourself? You got to know this. Deciding to do it is not doing it. You must actually do it. You got to take action. I'm going to leave you with a quote from Carl Jung. He says, I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. Hope you've enjoyed this series. Hope you got the book. If you don't, go get that book. Go dive into it. Mark it up. Write it up. Study it. Talk to you next time.
Make it happen or someone else will. It might as well be you. Are you serious about taking your career and your life to the next level and beyond? Check out Mac Story's Blue Collar Leadership series books and others, now available on audio, along with paperback and ebooks at Amazon, iTunes, and Audible. Please visit bluecollarleadership.com to learn about Mac's books, programs, special offers, certifications, and more. Thank you for listening to the Blue Collar Leadership Podcast.